The Peace in Southeast theme and his community take immense pride in the remarkable achievements and the tireless efforts of the Deputy Speaker, who has consistently demonstrated a profound dedication to the well-being and progress of our people. As the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, he has played and is still playing a pivotal role in shaping policies that address the needs and aspirations of the people of Bende local government area, the people of Southeast, and the nation at large. We at PICE-P are grateful for the enormous contributions to the formation of the project and for leading the campaign for the restoration of peace in our Southeast. His role in the mobilization of his colleagues from the Southeast at the 10th National Assembly to form the project and work for the restoration of normalcy in the insecurity infested Aligbo proves his commitment as a leader who understands the plight of his people. PICE-P insists that ending the restiveness in the region through dialogue and offer of amnesty to the aggrieved combatants remain the best option. The grand civic reception is a collective expression of gratitude and respect from the people. This event will provide an opportunity for residents, community leaders, and well-wishers to come together and celebrate the accomplishments of our distinguished son, the Deputy Speaker. It will be a ceremony filled with warmth, camaraderie, and heartfelt expression of appreciation. We extend a cordial invitation to his colleagues in the National Assembly, traditional rulers, members of the diplomatic community, members of the executive arm of government from across the 3 tiers of government, and members of the media to attend this momentous event and share in the joy of recognizing and honoring a leader who has already tirelessly worked for the betterment of his people and the nation in general. As we welcome every one of you to this civic reception, we would like to formally call for an end to the excessive military presence in the Southeast region and the unnecessary harassment that the people of this region face at numerous police and military checkpoints set up at every entry and exit point. These checkpoints are causing immense inconveniences and humiliation to the locals, and we urge the authorities to take steps to address these issues. One reason for the tense atmosphere in the region is the psychological humiliation that people have experienced. We urge the youth of the Southeast to support Peace in Southeast project as we collaborate with all parties involved through the country to find a lasting solution to the crisis in our labor. And we recognize as well the hard work of our teaming military men who have consistently worked and served, provided service to our people. We appreciate the good work that they do, but we also call for a different kind of approach if they can retweak their operations in the region and get to know more of our people, be with them as brothers and sisters because we are all civilians, and treat them better and know that negotiations is what will work for the Southeasterners. And that at the end of the day, we will bring back the Southeast to its glorious past so that the glory that is about departing Nigeria will come back. Southeast is critical to the success of the country called Nigeria, just like every other region. No region should be left out. At the end of the day, we will be able to celebrate a person who has initiated this project called PISP and his colleagues. And at this homecoming, we will also officially unveil the PICE project to the general public.
The pillars that we are using, our approach, the non-kinetic approach that we are using to foster or bring peace to the Southeast. We are using education as a tool. We are going to enhance the curriculum, provide formal and informal structure, support what has been existing with with some of the development partners who are partnering with us to bring about a tailor-made sector-specific educational skill improvement for our people in the Southeast. Two, agriculture is something we've always been known for. So we're moving ahead to, provide, like I said, based on needs assessment that we've carried out, to have, the kind of each crop for each location in the Southeast, add value to our product so that we can become a major player as regard when it comes to the global participation in export for agri products, and then also try to mitigate, do some level of import substitution, because a lot of things that are being imported into Nigeria are things that we can actually find locally, and these are things that we can add value and then begin to support the raw material, the raw material supply strategy in Nigeria will be efficient. Three, we're going to be promoting some level of infrastructural development to the Southeast, because some of the agitators have actually pointed to some level of infrastructure that are not found in the Southeast. We should be in the Southeast, because we can't be players in export, we can't be players in import, and in the global value chain, and then we don't have a seaport, there in the Southeast. That's just to give you an example. So these are things that we're going to be focusing on. Sports and entertainment. We found out that is one of the unifying factors in our nation, and some of our people from the Southeast have played critical role in the South in the sports and entertainment industry. All the P Squares, the Finos, the actors, the Jim Ikes. These are people from the Southeast, so they are also going to help promote peace in by way of, because they have followership in the Southeast. So a few days ago, they came. Some of the actors, and the musicians came to pay a visit to the deputy speaker, and these were part of the conversations, the engagements that we had, where they will come, also use their influence to pull our brothers who are there in the bush to come out of the bush. Then they promote some level of mentoring to make sure that because the ecosystem is such that it can actually create 1 million jobs. Makeup artists, the cinematographers, there's so much within that ecosystem that we can take advantage of. Is it sports? We can't forget the days of some of our major Okeuches, major footballers who come from the Southeast, JJ Okocha and Christian Chukwu. So these are people who have done so well. So they have to impact, they have to find a way to, give back. So we're structuring a system where Kanu Wankwo, there are a lot of them. You can continue to name them. And then tourism is another, culture and tourism is one of the pillars that we're using. Culture and tourism, of course, like every other part of Nigeria, we have a very rich culture. And then so we're going to be promoting this strategically to make sure that it becomes a place, it becomes a medium to help foster peace. You and I know there are parts of the Southeast that even under, or if they say hospitality, there are some parts of Southeast that will just come to your head. Because when you get there, somebody just said Imo State. Of course, when you get to Imo State, you will see hospitality, you will see niceness, you will see. I mean, who will forget Ofowere? Come on, these are things we know. So these are things So our August meeting for the women will be promoted to become something that will foster peace within the Southeast. So so governance. So we are advocating for transparency while advocating for accountability as far as governance is concerned. So every leader will be held accountable because we need to mirror the right leadership so that our people will be able to emulate and begin to want to identify with those in authority. We don't want people who make money from all kinds of means, being promoted or being pushed out there, and then they become like figures that people will be interested in associating with. No, there are people, who, because of what they have done, because of the kind of leadership they have provided, people would like to emulate them and so on. So one of the key things is the next pillar is rehabilitation, and reintegration of our people. So that's where the amnesty program comes in. So these are the things that is being pushed to make sure that we gather and get our people back on stream and then get our people engaged, especially the young people, because we must have a nation, we must have a region that our people are proud of and our people will be engaged. We had a kind of a conference like this on the X space, that's Twitter space. A young boy said, he called him. He said, "I am 22 years old. I don't have means to jackpot. I don't have means to go anywhere. This is Southeast is all I know. I have just graduated from school." I mean, it touched me because there are people like that. What's the young man's name again? I'm trying to remember his name. Michael or so. I mean, I was touched because you see, these are the things that give us the not to continue to push. And this is one of the things that when our leader hears about it, he's committed to this assignment to make sure that we restore peace in the Southeast. So let me leave it open.
Commerce and industry.
Yeah, commerce and industry. How can I forget commerce in our industry, which is one of the things that an average Southeasterner is known for. Growing up in Aba, whether you like it or not, as soon as you come back from school, there's one trade or the other that you will do. So even people used to seek advice from us. And then again, let me also use the opportunity to mention that the apprenticeship system from the Southeast region, which is now being studied by the likes of Harvard and all the big schools in the world, we are restructuring it to make sure that it becomes a system that will work in Nigeria. Igba Boys system has worked. It's one of the strongest, capital formation in the world right now, which has worked in the Southeast, has worked for the region because of the way our culture is. So we're going to do that and then export it, make it bigger, better, and then we export to every part of the nation and to the world. So, sorry. Yeah, so the whole it comes within the ecosystem and all of that. So we are good to go. We are set to go. Our work we're ready. So like I said, it's going to be launched on the 29th. And then let me also mention that on the 28th, also the government of Abia State is also hosting the deputy speaker. They are having a homecoming for him on the 28th. A reception for him on the 28th that they want to appreciate him as their son who has done well, who God has taken up to the level where he is today. So that is also important. I bring that here.